redrawing the elementary school boundaries for the Redmond School District. I'm Dave Adams. The Boundary Committee will be presenting their recommendation to Superintendent Vicki Fleming this Thursday. Doug Snyder is the Chief Operations Officer for the Redmond School District.
The district's Elementary Boundary Committee has been meeting since November. In December, they presented to the community two options that we call Option A and B. We had a series of public meetings with the community, and then after the winter break, they have met, and based on what they heard from the community at the sessions by far supported Option A over Option B, and so that is what they are recommending to the superintendent on the 14th. They have made some minor adjustments to Option A, but it's pretty much intact, and that's so. Their role is to make that presentation to the superintendent, who will make the final decision.
Can you give me some feedback as to why Option A was favored over Option B?
The key issues with Option A versus Option B centered around the Fairhaven neighborhood, which is just west of the high school in Hartman. Under Option A, that neighborhood remained intact. Under Option B, it was divided, with half of them going to Tuck and the other half being bused to Lynch. And they spoke adamantly about staying together as a community. The Option B had a segment of the existing Evergreen attendance area that would be walkers to Lynch, and they would be crossing the Highland Glacier area. For some parents, that was an issue of concern around student safety. So that was really the key issues between the two options. Both options have the west side of the district, the rural part, coming to the new school, and a significant neighborhood in that impact is the Tetherow Crossing area. About 34 elementary students out there currently. Under the current boundaries, they go to McCall, and under Option A and B, they are being moved to the new school. The parents that attended the sessions were not in favor of that, but when we analyzed the issues, they cited the length of the bus ride, and the bus ride there is pretty similar to what they've had in past years. If we were to leave them at McCall is too large, and the new school is too small. And so to make those adjustments, if Tetherow didn't move, then some other neighborhood had to move. And as they looked at the other neighborhoods on the east side of the town, much more of a challenge to move and transport them down the eastern quarter than Tetherow down the western quarter. So they elected not to move Tetherow. It remains in the new attendance area. So those are the three issues we heard in the public. Fairhaven stay together, concerns about walking, and Tetherow thinking that was unfair being bused to the new school.
So where are we going forward? Now, there's going to be a meeting on Thursday the 14th, 6 p.m. at the school administration building. What's going to happen then, and where are we going forward? Give me a timeline on how this is going to proceed.
We know at that meeting the committee will make their recommendation to the superintendent. At that meeting, we will certainly give the community an opportunity to provide their input on this recommendation. And then the superintendent certainly at that meeting has the decision to make. Does she make a decision at that meeting or take some time to consider what might be shared and postpone? But the goal is to have this decision made very shortly. And the reason for that is once we have the boundaries, then and know where students are, that will drive the staffing. And so we've got to move on how we reorganize staff across the district.
And what is the timeline to make this boundary decision?
I would predict the superintendent will make this decision before the end of January. It could very well be on Thursday night.
Where are we in the new school? As far as construction, is it ready to go?
The new school is scheduled to be completed in June, and we are on schedule to make that happen.
Doug Snyder is the Chief Operations Officer for the Redmond School District. I'm Dave Adams. Take 5 is a production of 1110 KBND Radio News. Depend on us.